are back with Star Wars. Yeah, I know I'm kind of late with this, but Mando Season 3, that's what we are going to be talking about in today's video. You know, Mandalorian, the Mandalorian. Mandalorian, I gotta say this, honestly, because I literally met some of my best friends through the show of The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian's always gonna have a special place in my heart for that, honestly. I have enjoyed The Mandalorian so much, and it's so funny because when I think back about The Mandalorian, when I first heard that they were going to be doing this show, I didn't know who was doing it. I just heard The Mandalorian, and I'm like, then I saw someone look like Boba Fett. I'm like, so what is this going to be? This isn't going to be Mandalorian during the Clone Wars like I like about the Bo Katan and everyone else that remember the Clone Wars? Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, this wasn't going to be that. This was going to take place after Return of the Jedi, in between the prequel and the sequel trilogy. And when I first heard about The Mandalorian, I was like, yeah, okay, you know what, this might not be for me, I'm not really that interested in it. I kind of walked off. Then I heard that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, the guy who literally made Star Wars Rebels and was a part of the Clone Wars, I had to give this at least a chance. So then I go and watch the trailer. And the trailer impressed me so much that I literally wanted to see the show. I could not wait for it. Saw Mandalorian and fell in love with Baby Yoda just like everybody else. And then you obviously get to Mando Season 2, where I met some of my best friends and we all had a blast. And Mando Season 2, absolutely, probably one of the best Star Wars things that has come out in years. And I mean that, in years. Because, honestly, I think the last time I was that excited for anything Star Wars related than Season 2 of Mando, I think was with Rogue One. Seriously. And that came out years ago. With Baby Yoda leaving, and then we had Luke Skywalker showed up. Fantastic. And Boba Fett as well? Great. And then we get to the Boba Fett show. Yeah, it wasn't that good, and then the only good episodes of that was Mando, and Mandalorian gets Baby Grogu back in that span of time. So honestly, it makes you have to watch the Boba Fett show to know what's going on with Mando Season 3. I don't like that. I didn't like the way they set that up. Plus, there's that whole situation with Baby Yoda, right? I mean, this is supposed to be the Mandalorian, right? And this is supposed to be Din Djarin's story, right? So, what role does Baby Yoda play now? And don't get me wrong, I was interested to see what they were going to do with that. I always knew that Baby Yoda was going to end up coming back, because I know that in Star Wars Episode 7, 8, 9, whether you like those movies or not, I'm not going to talk about the sequel trilogy here. I honestly don't care anymore. But I knew Luke Skywalker wasn't teaching Baby Yoda in The Last Jedi, so I knew that he was going to end up going back to Mando. I just wondered when. But I was more interested in a story with Mando. And they ruined that because as soon as we get rid of the Baby Yoda, we bring back Baby Yoda. And I mean, Baby Yoda is cute, but the cute factor is kind of wearing off, you know? So within this season, especially within this season, Baby Yoda, I still like Baby Yoda, but the cute factor is wearing off, and I really just want to get down into the nitty-gritty of Mando's story. And you know what sucks? Well, he unfortunately took away Boba Fett's story, and what was fantastic in it, his own show, he gets taken away again by Bo Katan. I'm not lying about that, that's just what happens. And now, don't get me wrong, when Bo Katan first showed up at the end of season 2, I mean, Bo Katan from the Clone Wars, absolute excellent character. I absolutely enjoy Bo Katan's character. She is a Mandalorian princess. She was literally sister of the Duchess, literally the ruler of Mandalore. She was part of the Death Watch. She is so awesome. Absolutely love Bo Katan as a character. And she did excellent in Mando Season 2. And it was interesting how they were bringing in the Darksaber and all of that stuff, and I loved it. You get into Mando Season 3, and at first, you know, she's on her own. She lost her team. She never earned the right to the Darksaber because she had it stolen. Jordan was the one that beat the man, the myth, legend, which we'll talk about him in a second as well. But then she comes back, and this whole thing, she literally, the whole show literally becomes the Bo Katan show, and I would be fine if they did a Bo Katan spinoff because I really like Bo Katan as a character. But this was supposed to be Mando's show, and it kind of felt like it was just the Bo Katan show. And I'm not going to go into too much detail in terms of the episodes either, because honestly, while I enjoyed myself, I would give just about every episode about between a 6 or a 7. Like I wouldn't give many 8 or 9. In fact, the only 2 episodes that I would honestly give an 8 was honestly the last 2 episodes of the season. And the episode before that was pretty much only the one character, the one X-Wing pilot. He had an episode. We had Zebra show up as well. That was really cool from Star Wars Rebels. Yeah. That episode I would give a 9 because I really liked the character. In fact, if they end up doing the whole Rangers of the New Republic, I simply just want him to be the Ranger of the New Republic. I really like his character, and I'd be interested to see what his story would end up being. But the other 2 episodes, I would honestly give an 8 out of 10 with the season finale. Both episodes are 8. Both episodes are great. Both episodes did some really cool, shocking reveals. Like Grand Moff Gideon, the man, the myth, the legend, he comes in, he's trying to make clones of himself, we find out. Why? Because he wants Force-sensitive clones, and he wants an army of Force-sensitive clones wearing Beskar armor, defeating and restoring the Empire and defeating the Republic. I liked that whole thing. We got to see a lot. We got to learn a lot. We got to see what the crime lords of the Empire were up to. We got to see the Shadow Council. We got to hear about Thrawn's return and a couple of other really cool things as well. I enjoyed the season finale, and then we have this huge fight at the end, and I'm not sure what happened to Grand Moff Gideon at the end. I enjoyed his armor, especially the Beskar helmet he was wearing. That was really cool to see him in. The Death Trooper 2.0 never got off line thanks to the Mando team. But I like that. And don't get me wrong, Bo Katan taking over the show and rejoining the Mandalorians together, both her own people. We actually find out that there were people still surviving and still stuck on Mandalore. We get to meet those as well. and she is becoming quote-unquote the new queen of Mandalore, because, you know, obviously that makes sense because her sister was also the queen of Mandalore. I liked the whole thing that they're saying up there. I really do. But I have to admit this. Mando just took a back seat during this whole season. And I don't know, I kind of wish he didn't. I kind of really wish he didn't. That's basically my whole review of season 3 of Mandalorian. Again, I enjoyed each episode, and it was fun. It really was. It was a good season. Definitely, probably the worst season of Mandalorian to me, but I still enjoyed it. I would give the whole season as a whole a 7 out of 10. Definitely not as well as the season before it, but I am interested to see where they go with the future, especially since now he is working as an independent contractor, as a bounty hunter for the Republic, rounding up Imperial warlords. That's gonna be his future. We obviously have the Ahsoka show next. Ahsoka and Bo Katan. You can bet that Ahsoka's probably going to run into Ahsoka Tano is probably going to run into Bo Katan. Sorry about that. I don't know where that came from, but we are going to have Sabine Wren in that, another great Mandalorian character. So you can bet that Mando is going to be back. You can bet that Boba Fett is going to be back. I actually am really kind of interested to see what they do with the Ahsoka show. I think my hype for the Ahsoka show especially is getting ramped up, especially because Thrawn is going to be back. Who knows about Ezra? That's going to be interesting as well to see Ezra in live action. Yes, Star Wars is around. While Mando Season 3 wasn't the best of the best, it was passable. It was really good. I kind of wish instead of what they did, they cut it to like a couple of episodes and then just built up episode 7 a lot more throughout the season. And believe me, I have a buddy, Nindroid243, also known as Star Wars Network, who is going to be doing his Nindroid cuts of Mando Season 3, and I'm interested to see what he comes up with, because he's going to splice it in with the book of Boba Fett. And I really think that if we just threw out some of the fluff, some of the filler stuff, and just made the season, I really think along with the Boba Fett show, I really think you could have had a much more solid, well put together show than 2 mediocre shows. Because I'm sorry, the Book of Boba Fett was mediocre, and then Mando Season 3 was mediocre, but both of them had fantastic stories. So if you just spliced out some of the quote-unquote filler moments and got right down to the story like they should have, I really feel like you could have had maybe 10 episodes of really interesting, fantastic storytelling from Mando Season 3, but instead they literally took Mando Season 3, split into the Boba Fett show, split it into Mando Season 3, and honestly just put in a lot of filler that I really felt like didn't need to be there. But that is just me. I still enjoyed myself. I still enjoyed the episodes. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I am out. Bye.
Subscribe to Dylan's Little Hobbies right now.